What's up guys, welcome back. Today we're here to talk about Nintendo Switch accessories. What accessories do I have and what accessories do you need to have? The first thing that I bought when I bought my Nintendo Switch was a case. Now, this Mario travel case, I'm mildly obsessed with Mario. I guess you could say that. Anyway, the first thing I bought was this case right here. This case actually came with more than just a case. It came with some Mario themed headphones. It came with some grip, grips for the Nintendo Switch. Now, I have really big hands, so I actually found these to be incredibly helpful because they thicken the grips up quite a bit. It came with some raised toppers for the joysticks, and it just makes the Switch feel a little bit more secure and comfortable in your hand. And I like the way it feels. It feels a little bit more like a handle. Now I like them a little bit even bigger than this, but I mean this is what it is. So you know this is still probably my favorite accessory is these grips because they make the Switch so much more comfortable to hold and play. The other thing that I bought right away was a screen protector. I'd read a lot of reviews saying that the Nintendo Switch dock would scratch and mar up your screen. So the first thing, one of the first things I bought was this glass screen protector. If you can see over the top here, it is just nice glass screen protector. So instead of having a plastic peel-off screen protector that they have bubbles and they just, I don't know, they don't look quite as nice on this as the glass screen protector does. Another thing that I bought for a recent trip, took a road trip over to Sacramento to see a concert, and I picked up one of these right here. This is the Nyko detachable battery pack. Now with the screen protector on, it makes the Switch a little bit thicker, so it actually, it's a little bit more of a struggle going on and off, but as you can see, it works fine even with the screen protector on there. So this is a dockable dockable battery pack. So you can stick this either in your Nintendo Switch dock or on your aftermarket dock, and it's supposed to work just fine through the battery and charge both the battery and the console at the same time. I don't really keep it on the Switch because I only use it when I travel. I don't see a point, and I don't like it sticking up out of the dock with like the battery pack makes it do. So I'm more of a take it off and put it back on kind of guy. Plus, it actually fits well in the Mario case. You just slide it right in here. Okay, it's easier to do than I'm making it look, I promise you. Boom, right in there in the case. No problem. Another cool thing about this case is it actually has a Velcro strap to hold your Nintendo Switch in place. The Switch fits just fine with the grip extensions on it, and it's got this nice felt cover to protect your screen. But if you have a glass screen protector, it's no big deal because you can always replace the glass screen protector, and they're really cheap. I got a 2-pack for like $8 or $10 on eBay or Amazon when I got my Switch. The one thing I couldn't walk out of the store without with my Switch was Zelda. Zelda was it's probably my all-time favorite game. Breath of the Wild, it won Game of the Year for a reason. If you're gonna get a Switch, you gotta have Zelda. Another thing that I bought relatively recently is I bought the Nyko dock. Now, I just learned that these Nyko docks have been attributed with bricking a lot of Nintendo Switch consoles. I've had my dock for probably 2 months, and I use it all the time. This dock is set up in my bedroom all the time, and it only gets unhooked if I'm going to travel and I want to use it in a hotel room, or if I take it over to my parents' house and I'll play Zelda or Mario with my mom or something like that. I haven't had an issue with it yet, but the fact that a lot of people have worries me. So I'm actually planning to return the Nyko Switch dock, and I'm going to get the Insignia dock from Best Buy. It's a little bit cheaper. It's a lot sturdier, and it's a lot less portable too, though. The Nyko dock I could probably get in my travel case without damaging my Switch and take it with me. Now, you can't get the adapter in there anyway, so it's kind of pointless to stick it in your Switch case. But the Best Buy Insignia dock is bigger. It's a little bit more. It resembles the Nintendo Switch dock a little bit more. But unlike the Nyko dock, which, as you can see, the Nyko dock has two USB 2.0s, a USB 3.0, as well as the charging port and the HDMI adapter, or HDMI port. Then the Nyko dock also kind of swivels here. So what you do is the idea is that you put it straight up, you dock your Switch, and then you lean it back, and it leans back on this little plate, which is removable, and there's a storage base for it right back here. You just stick it right in there, and that way it's supposed to fit better into whatever bag or case you're gonna throw it in. The Nyko dock is it's small and portable, but like I said, it's giving me a little bit of reason to worry. Now, on the other hand, if you want the Nyko dock because it is small and portable, and you're willing to take the chance, Nyko they have taken responsibility as far as if the Nyko dock damages your Switch, Nyko will replace your Nintendo Switch. Also, I guess Nintendo's been covering it under their warranty too. I mean, you probably don't want to call Nintendo up and say, "Hey, the Nyko dock broke my Switch." They might say, "Oh, well, we're not going to cover that." But if you don't say anything at all and just say, "Hey, my Switch stopped working, it won't charge," how are they gonna? They're not gonna know it's because of the Switch, the Nyko dock. But I guess the complaint is that after using the Nyko dock, the Switch will no longer charge. Now, I have to say, before I got my Nyko dock, I was having issues with my Switch on the Nintendo dock. It seems like those issues have gone away, and I wonder if that was because of the software update or something. But for a while, my Nintendo Switch, it would act funny. It wouldn't charge on the dock, or I couldn't play it docked on the TV. It would stop playing, let me, it would stop sending the signal to the TV. It was having just weird things like that, and that was for the first several months. And now it never does any of that. So I expect that was probably just a software issue. Now, another thing that's really nice to have, and if you have access, if you're going to be traveling in a car, is the Nintendo car charger for your Switch. This thing is only I think I paid $12 for it. That's a steal. I mean, everything Nintendo has got a crazily inflated price for the Switch. The Pro controller's, ridiculously expensive. Well, I guess not ridiculously, but it's more expensive than an Xbox One controller or a PlayStation 4 controller. But this guy right here, $12 or $13. It was like 12 and change. They do have a cool little question box version of this thing, but that's like 30. It's 20 or 30. I'm not paying that just because it looks cooler. So I grabbed one of these so that when I go on road trips somewhere, my son, my friends, my little boy, we can play Nintendo Switch in the car. Another thing I got, and it's kind of just because Mario's, one of my favorite characters, is I got a wired Nintendo Switch controller. It's just like the Pro controller in every way except that it's got a wire. So this, you know, there was only 24 bucks, and I thought, well, that'll be great because when people come over, we play Mario Kart. It'll be nice to have an extra full-size controller that we can, you know, we can actually play on rather than just using each little Joy-Con, which is kind of awkward. So I got one of these. I also have a Pro controller. The Pro controller is, you know, yeah, it's a little more expensive than other controllers, but it's a great controller. And playing Zelda, after playing Zelda on with my Pro controller for so long, going back to playing on the Joy-Cons with the, you know, I played Mario Kart with my son, and I let him use the Pro controller, and I used the Joy-Cons on the controller thing, and it just felt weird, you know. It's not nearly as anatomically, it's not nearly as, the layout sucks compared to a Pro controller or an Xbox controller. So, you know, the layout is the way it is for a reason. It's so that you can use each little Joy-Con as its own little tiny controller. But compared to a Pro controller, you're definitely, the Pro controllers, you got to have a Pro controller, especially if you're going to play, you know, anything for an extended amount of time. The other games that I got for the Nintendo Switch, the two games that I actually bought right away were Zelda, of course. I gotta have Zelda. And I have a 7-year-old little boy, and I like to play video games with him. So I also got Mario Kart 8 because, you know, every kid loves Mario Kart. I love Mario Kart. It's got Mario. You can like Zelda, and the 8 Deluxe has all the expansion stuff that you had to buy extra for Wii U. It's all included in 8 Deluxe. And I got Mario Odyssey because you can't have a Nintendo and not have a Mario game. That's just, I would say it's un-American, but Nintendo's not an American company, so that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. In Japanese? I don't know. Either way, it's shameful. Shameful is what it would be. Shameful to not have a Mario game with a Nintendo console. So it's been a couple days since I started filming this video, and I've had a chance to go to Best Buy and grab the Insignia dock. So I went to Best Buy and I got the Insignia dock. It was $35, so it was substantially cheaper than even the Nyko dock. And I discovered something that I hadn't realized until this point. The Nyko battery pack will not charge on the Nyko dock. It charges in the Nintendo dock just fine. It'll charge both your Switch and your battery pack in the Nintendo dock. And in the Insignia dock, it functions exactly the same. It will charge both the battery pack and the Switch. And you know, I mentioned before that it only has one USB port. As you can see there is one USB 2.0 port. There is no USB 3.0. But in my bedroom as a second dock, I'm not planning on plugging in more than one controller anyway. So as you can see, the form factor of this thing is, it's designed similarly to the Nintendo dock in that it is, you know, it's blocky on the bottom and it holds the Nintendo Switch pretty much almost straight up. As you can see, it's almost straight up. It leans back just the slightest bit, and it's got support both in front and back for the dock. And you know, like I said, this one actually charges the battery pack and the Switch at the same time, and seems a bit, you know, it seems to be a much better built. And I am actually going to be returning the Nyko dock. I'd rather not take a chance on losing all my saves, even if Nyko is going to stand behind the product. So there you go, the Insignia dock, $34.99. Charges both the battery pack and the Switch. It's a lot easier to get the Nintendo Switch in and out of. I mean, it drops in and pulls right off. You don't got to use two hands and wrestle it off of the dock like you do with the Nyko dock. You set it on there, you take it off. It's almost as seamless as the Nintendo dock. So drop it right on, pull it right off. You can do it with one hand even, just like you can with the Nintendo dock. One hand on, one hand off. It's just better dock. It's just, in my opinion, it's just a far better dock than the Nyko dock. Like I said, the Nyko dock's great if, you know, space is at a premium for you. But if you can afford packing something around just a little bit bigger, I'd go with the Insignia dock. All right. Thanks for joining me. Pound subscribe, like, if you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.